so glad that everybody could join us today.
Yes.
We are going through the elimination rounds of Saberlight Knights Fight Night, our tournament recently, and we have both Ryan and myself here, and we also have Jared. If you wouldn't mind, please introducing yourself so we know a little bit about you.
Hey, thank you for having me. I am Jared Graham. I am from Florida, and I'm a member of the Saber Legion. I've I don't know what you want my bona fides? I don't like talking about myself.
I got you. Mel did send me a thing. So you were a commentator on ESPN for TSL, also for the Underground live stream, current TV host, TSL 4, TSL 5 guest spot, and you're currently ranked 5th in the standard division and 1st in the exotic division.
Nice.
Very impressive, sir.
If Melody says so, it must be true.
Pretty much, yeah. We don't argue with your wife, so yeah. She's the head judge, so, you know.
She's the boss.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to get rolling here, guys. I think our first fight is David and Andy. Not David and Andy.
Nice.
Seth and Andy. So,
Seth and Andy.
Let's get this going. Yeah. Yep. That's right.
This is great. I know these people.
All right.
Yeah.
This is a particularly good fight for Andy, too. He almost beat Seth here.
Oof.
Nice reach to the leg.
Yep.
You always want to be first in one of these fights. It sets the tone. It sets the pace. It means that for at least the next few points, your opponent is reacting to you and vice versa.
Yeah.
It really makes a difference.
Definitely sets the pace and the tone.
It also gives you that first confidence, which can be everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow.
Seth has that. He does. He has that ambidextrous lightsaber fighting where he will switch almost without warning from one hand to the other and from one stance to the other. You feel like he's out of frame and out of measure, and all of a sudden he's reached over to your other side without you realizing it. So that was a really excellent. Oh, I lost a blade.
I think you broke it.
Yep. Yep. That's crazy.
Andy's thinking defensively, but he's also very calm. He was calm in this fight.
Yeah, his patience pays off too. Look at.
I can't remember if Andy is left-handed, but it seems like he's fighting left hand on the pommel, which is something that you do in order to give yourself the most reach with your dominant hand. You see he's doing a lot of letting go with the right hand and reaching out. And if you watch Seth has realized that, and he's raising his guard out to the right and high in order to keep Andy on his inside, which is really smart. This is a cool facility. Where are you guys fighting here?
That's the Laughing Dragon Kung Fu in town. That's where we practice.
Yeah.
It's a cool spot.
It is.
What town's that in?
Charlottesville.
Nice. Good honor from Andy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just like the dragon heads on the wall. That's when I come in.
Yeah.
That's cool when they break out the whole body and roll around in it.
Oh yeah. Ooh, look at that.
Nice parry.
That was very nice. And honor.
And Andy knew he had overcommitted as soon as that parry hit.
Oh,
Yeah.
He was completely off balance and off to the side of Seth.
Ooh.
The new kit Seth is sporting that looks like one of the riders of Rohan.
Rohan. Yep.
I don't know who made that armor for him, but it looks pretty tight.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Hmm.
Might have been somebody's first complete custom too.
Whoever it was, it's wildly impressive. And better in person than on camera too.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Thank
And
you.
the hair in the back too, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. You can tell the okay, that was a really good move. That nice parry push off and then reach into the inside of the arm. That was good on Andy. You can tell Andy felt like he had a lot more confidence at the beginning of this match, but he's starting to flag a little bit here.
He's definitely jumpier now.
Well, Seth, a lot of guys with superior reach will make a habit of hand hunting and wrist sniping and get a lot of I wouldn't say easy because it's difficult to be that precise, but get a lot of points based on that because they're further out and closer to hit. But Seth does not do that. He will only take a hand every once in a while. Most of the time he goes into the arm, to the head, to the leg. He's a very varied fighter and varied in his attack patterns, which is really cool.
Yeah.
It's not like Andy's short in this either. It's just the precision that Seth has. Ooh.
See, that was excellent. Andy did not overcommit. He perfectly committed, and he came in underneath that elbow.
Yep, that was beautiful.
It's all in all very fight. What I like about Seth is he likes to do that little slide back, and he'll do what coming from me would be a very wild shot, but from his very controlled with that one-handed coming down swing like that. But I mean, he's just strong enough where he can just pull it off.
Absolutely. It was a really good showing from Andy, though. Like you were completely right at the beginning of this fight that he nearly took it. He definitely held his own. It feels like Seth was fighting from I couldn't see the score, but it feels like Seth was trying to overcome a points deficit throughout most of that fight, and I guess he just barely squeaked it out there at the end. But it was a really good match.
Yeah, Andy's really coming a long way.
He is. He's been in TSL for not a huge amount of time and has progressed an incredible amount in a very short amount of time. He's really got a head for it. So I can't wait to see when his time comes. It's going to be meteoric.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of meteoric, here's Chico.
Yeah.
Versus Anthony Wazell, who is a West Virginia fighter. I believe this is his first tournament. He did quite well.
Yeah, he did really nice.
Where's Anthony from?
West Virginia.
Okay. Great to see some West Virginians coming out. Their charters only become active fairly recently, and really like seeing folks show up from states that don't normally come out.
They were a lot of fun too. I got a chance to chat with them a bit in the after party, and real nice guys.
Good guys.
You can tell Anthony's practiced. He's got a really strong central defense and very solid footwork.
My criticism of footwork is he plants a little bit too much, at least from what I've seen so far. He just pushed Chico back pretty far, though. That doesn't happen very often.
It was good instincts. It wasn't fast enough to. That would have been a really solid parry if it had happened a quarter second sooner.
Yep.
Oh wow.
That was the party there.
Chico excels at getting in between his opponent's tempo. If you're in the ring with Chico, beware anytime you're switching your footwork or switching your stance, because he will see that and exploit it, and faster than you expect.
Well, that thrust is just deadly.
The scorpion strike, just.
Tell you, in TSL, these last couple of years, I think, have been like the rise of the thrusters. Like there has been a lot more, and I think maybe Mark Carrico had something to do with popularizing that, but and his success that he found with his particular style. But yeah, it has been an increase, in my opinion, of thrusts over slashes in general. That was really nice, by the way.
Yeah, yes, definitely. Good job.
And Chico knew it was coming too. He was parried out of the way, and he had no hope of coming back before, so he just stood there and took it because he knew.
Let it take it. Yeah.
Yep.
Is Anthony wearing like a jersey type of shirt
Hockey
over his armor?
He is.
Yeah.
Looks like a hockey jersey.
Looks yellow and orange. It's pretty nice.
He's got my spare helmet on too.
Oh, yeah.
That helmet has good mojo though. Aiden wore it in Nashville and did really well, and Anthony wore it here and did really well.
Nice.
That was fast.
So, a little light behind.
Chico will act like he's being goofy, and he'll throw a leg out this way or a hand out that way, and definitely do not fall for it.
Yeah, you need to look out because he's being dangerous. Yeah. But that's also his sense of humor too coming through, and that's why I love fighting him, because it's all of those attributes come out. You can see, oh, you know, he's fast, he's agile, but he's also very funny. You're enjoying what he's doing. Nope.
So what Chico just did is he basically stuck it out to his full reach while retreating, and just sort of let it spaghetti out there and noodle around to see if it connected with anything. And I do that too sometimes, and a lot of times as the opponent's trying to advance, and if they think that your saber is out of the way, they will walk into it with a shoulder or a wrist or an elbow, and it's frustrating for my opponents for sure, but it's a very, you know, just put it out in front of you, and while you're retreating or sidestepping, it's very effective.
Yeah, and when they punch the blade, because again, I've punched blades, we all punch blades. It happens. It's like, oh, why was I? It was right there, and I knew it. But yeah.
It's a big risk though too, because if you're out there at full extension and noodling around, if they do happen to get a parry, your saber is in the next ring over, and you're just done.
All right, next up we got Clayton Baggett versus Michael Mendoza. Michael's another one of our guys.
He's so good. He's a kendoka with Filipino martial arts and all the rest of this, and so I love watching his defense. Kendo. Yeah.
I love Clayton. He and I fight very similarly, and we have so much fun when we're in the ring, and you know, giving honor all the time, and you know, he's extremely respectful and just a good old corn-fed Southern boy who's just nice as the day is long. So he's one of my favorite folks to get in the ring with, and extremely talented too. He was ranked first in exotics up until this last tournament. So
nice.
Ooh. I see Michael coming up from underneath quite a bit, which can be very difficult, but if you can do it in a skilled and precise manner, it can get you wrists and elbows all day. Especially, this is really smart for him to be doing this against Clayton or myself, anybody who is taller than you, right? So if you're taking a deeper stance with bent knees, and you can come underneath like that, you can get knees and elbows points all day. So that's pretty impressive. Michael seems to know what he's doing here. Yeah. That was one right there.
Yeah. There's also the way that the way that he also disrupts the timing by like hitting off the ground it's like you're not expecting. Whoa, that's so that. Oh wow. That was good for Clayton.
Clayton's figuring out a bit now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, locked into that.
once you lose a couple of those knees and elbows to a crouching underfighter, right? You start leaning forward a little bit more and go into full extension over the top, and if they don't adjust, they're going to start giving up head and shoulder points. You know, one thing not in my bio is that I actually have no classical sword training whatsoever in any discipline. So
good for you.
I'm a Luby's cafeteria of what works and what doesn't, and my training is YouTube and a mirror fu. So I'm not the one to commentate with all the, you know, terminology from Kendo, from German longsword, with, you know, I know
you don't quote the
basically
Feck books and Degrassi and, you know,
it's
Silver and all the rest of that. Meyer,
slash, thrust, parry, and block. That's about what I got. But I mean,
it works. Yeah.
I tell people you don't have to have a pilot's license to see a helicopter upside down in a tree and know something went wrong.
Wrong. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Clayton tried coming underneath, but it looked like he got Suba in fingers, and I feel like Michael had a really good riposte for that. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah. Michael's defense is just insane. I love watching. That's why I love watching, because I need to learn what the heck he's doing, because he's got such great D. Oh.
Oof.
Boom.
So from this angle, it looked like some of that center, when he kept his guard into the center and was trying to smash Clayton's blade away, it looked like he got real close to the face, but it looks like the judges did not catch that one.
Yep.
Or it didn't make contact.
He's coming back now. It's like 3 in a row.
Nice.
Yeah.
Clayton's never out of the game. He's got a lot of stamina.
Yeah.
And that range is killer.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to fight that as much as the rest of us do, but
yeah, but I tell you what, when it comes along, it is devastating. So because I'm not used to it, if somebody shows up who is longer than me, I get undone pretty easily. And Seth Beam is one of those at this last TSL tournament who just had an answer for everything I tried. So
I share your pain on that one. I ran into him in exotics, and yes, I agree. It was really frustrating. Next up is Bobby and I. We do this.
Oh, this is gonna be good. Nice. It looked like you let that one go so as not to see the thrust.
Correct.
Yep. That's excellent control when you feel your tip get stuck and you're already advancing, to just let it go so that you don't like jam it into.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about Bobby. Bobby he's been coming down to Florida pretty much every time we've held an event for the past several years running. And I have watched him develop from a very wild fighter to a very controlled fighter, and it has done worlds of good. Not wild in a bad way. He was never dangerous or you know, but he has really dialed in where his strikes go and how hard they strike, and where he keeps his blade, and a lot less flourishing and a lot more just like that central striking, and it's very, very impressive.
Dude.
with that light coming in through the door, I couldn't quite see, but it looked like you reached in and got right arm before he took your shoulder.
Watching my reaction there, I don't think I made it. So I can tell. I'll see, like, I do little things if I feel like I, didn't get a call and I didn't see anything there. I agreed with that call.
Okay, I guess you're a red fighter then. But you, oh yeah, I see it on your arm now.
Yeah.
You definitely worked that one in there. That was nice. You just ran it down his blade and down his arm.
Mm-hmm. Wait for it.
Big reach. Bobby's feet can go from 0 to 60 in point stupid seconds. And I think a lot of that comes from his parkour and American Ninja training and his ability to, just standing flat-footed jump and reach forward. And so playing range games with Bobby can be very, very detrimental to one's winning chances. Because all of a sudden he's in your face when he was just 6 feet away a second ago.
Oh yeah, he's super athletic.
Oh, that was impressive. You're having a lot of success, Ryan, by running it down the side of his blade and landing it in his arms and his shoulders.
Could be.
I see what you're doing here.
Mm-hmm. He really wants to hit that blade bad.
Yeah.
Did that one take mask first, or did it land in neck straight away?
I honestly don't remember. I think it's mask.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Those are so hard because you're aiming right at somebody, right at the center of somebody's face, and as soon as they tilt their head back a half an inch, now you're in their chin and running down into their neck, and that can be all the judges see sometimes, which is really hard.
Yeah.
Oh, he punched that one.
Yeah. He did?
Mm-hmm.
I find the same thing too as I'm going for center body mass, chest, higher on the chest generally. And then suddenly they just sort of drop, and that's when it goes into the throat. And I'm like, no, it's not what I want.
Chico got me on Saturday like that. Hit the bottom of my mask, bounced down right into my throat.
Yeah.
That's why we wear the good gorgets.
Absolutely.
He's doing what I described Clayton doing to Michael a second ago. He sees that you've gone for a few mid and low shots, and he's leaning back with his lower body and reaching over top.
Bobby thought they hadn't given me a point and was trying to make sure I got it on. I think we were okay.
Just another good person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We are spoiled for good people in TSL.
There's a lot of really good sportsmanship that goes around.
Nice. Good reach up and in before he could come over the top.
Yeah. We're used to flying squirrels. We have a guy that was famous for his leaping attacks. So. That's the blade play.
Nice. Yeah, I can't help it a lot of times. I tell my feet to lunge forward, and they're like, "No, we must dance." And I end up midair, and people are taking pictures of me, like, "Look, you're flying again." And I was like, "Yeah, of course I am."
Hey, if it works, it works.
That was a really impressive lunge, by the way, Ryan.
It was all or nothing.
Yeah, I could tell. I could see you psyching yourself up for it before the point started. And you're like, little bounce, bounce, bounce. Oh, here he comes.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Mhm.
This must be a really, really close match.
It's 9-9 right now.
Oh, of course it is.
Of course it is.
Nice.
Mhm.
Hey.
Nice. Well done.
He gave honor on that one too, didn't he?
He did.
It's the
There's-
blue button from this. Sorry.
Yep.
It's super easy.
We have a running joke between us that it's basically a flip of a coin at this point. I'll win one, then he'll win one. Well, earlier that day he won the exotic, well, I won the standard.
Yeah. I mean, giving honor is one thing, but giving honor on
At the
on
end of a match.
point or sudden
Yeah.
death or final
Yeah.
exchange when it means
When
you
it means
lost.
something. Yeah.
That's over and above. Ryan James Legault did that to me at TSL 7 just recently, and that's that picture that they put around TSL is me grabbing him by the head and telling him how amazing he was, because that's honor
Yeah,
over and above.
Yeah. Yeah.
Agreed. All right, we got Seth and Alan. This will be a real fun one.
Yeah. I love fighting Alan. He's so much fun.
It's funny where he shows up sometimes. It's just all, you've got all the regular TSL crew at an event, and all of a sudden Arizona Allen shows up out of nowhere. You're like, yay,
Yeah. Yeah.
welcome. His armor is iconic too. There's no mistaking
It's
who you're
Just-
fighting.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly right.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
He saw it come in and reach for the
Oof.
wrist, but it seems like just by a hair, Seth might have got in faster. It's nothing worse than when you can see it coming and you're trying to react and you know you're just not quite fast enough.
Just
It's
not
like,
there, yeah.
oh.
For me, it's when I get powered out of the way. I'm just kind of close my eyes. I'm like, yep, it's coming.
Yep.
Nothing I can do about that.
Mm.
So what do y'all think about the one hand behind the back fencing style?
Not the biggest fan of it. If I'm gonna do it one-handed like that, I either have my hand up or just hang along my side. I don't tend to spin it back like that.
I do
you
the
roll?
same. I feel like it upsets my balance to
Mhm.
keep a hand behind my back like that. I feel a little off kilter and like maybe I'm not as fast as I could be if it were just flapping about.
Yeah. I like my balance out, but I also, when I do it, it's more for the fact that I'm also way turned.
Yeah.
Because I'm a little bit of foil fencer, and so therefore that's why I do it, is because it's
Ooh, that was beautiful.
That was
yeah,
really nice.
it's a way to elongate myself, and I am making sure that I'm balanced by having the other one way out back behind me.
Yep.
Um,
See, here it's more on the hip,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Instead of behind the back. And he seems like
Yeah.
he's moving a little bit better that way.
Yep.
Makes the old thread out. Oh, nice reach. Right to the midsection. Makes the old adage, I'll fight you with one hand behind my back. A little more impactful, right? Like, oh, that's
Mhm.
hard.
Seth really has deceptive range. He's done that to me a few times too.
Mm-hmm.
He does. He cheats it too. You can tell the
Yep.
difference from where he's holding his saber and where he's holding his hands. For those of you following along at home, cheating your range is not accusing someone of actually cheating. It just means a way that you're holding yourself so that your opponent doesn't know how far you can reach. I don't want anybody to at me and be like,
No.
why are you calling Seth a cheater?
He's totally a cheater. He's totally a cheater.
He is not.
He just wins everything because he's so good. Damn it.
So this is quarterfinals or semifinals in you guys' tournament?
This is elimination, so this is probably, we might be in quarterfinals now.
Yeah, quarters now.
Seth has been working out quite a bit in this last year, and he's very fit. And sometimes you watch him fight, and it looks like, oh, is he smoked? And they're like, no, he's just relaxing a little bit. He's just saving it. And there it is. All of a sudden, he's back at 100%. Okay. That poor line judge.
That was Brooks. He kind of knew how to get out the way. It's fine.
Oh, so that was a wildly impressive parry on Seth's part. I don't know if the point had been scored before that parry. This is what's really hard on the line judge. Is something major and impactful happens, right? And if a point happened to be scored beforehand that was small and subtle, your brain is like, focus on the big deal. And it takes a lot of control and effort to be like, well, before the incredibleness happened.
I think Seth helped out there because Seth called honor. Alan seems to be using a good job of working against Seth's tempo since Seth has superior reach. See right there, he used a feint to goad Seth into an attempted parry, and by the time Seth was stopping the parry to say, oh, I'm not actually going to hit a saber right now, Alan was upside his head. Yeah.
And that, I think, is tempo control and finding the openings between your opponent's movements.
Into the corner.
Try to change it up there.
Yeah.
But it put him in a position where he couldn't back up, and so he had to take that defense up underneath around the rib cage of Alan in order to make anything happen. And I couldn't tell who hit first on that one. Oh, that's Clint. Clint's a very good director too.
Yes, he is.
And that is it, gentlemen.
Yeah. So that was nice.
Those are really
good
fights.
Some very fun fights. Very fun fights. Really enjoyed them.